Hello. Sag. Yeah, Sag Chimes. Hello, Sortier. Crossover chat works. It should work today. So, Phasmophobia. We'll see. We'll see. Vanka, hello. How are you doing? Did we make it through the first playthrough? Never. Never gonna happen, guys. I already have when we finish this playthrough, there is something interesting we can do after that. I set up like Elden Ring 1.0 on my PS5. So it's something we can do a lore through of 1.0 after. There is some like interesting stuff going on. Hello, puzzle-headed Ikari. Hello, Rage. Am I still alive? Kind of. Why is it a sad playthrough? Now I am sad. Not the playthrough, just me. It's just me. I honestly wasn't gonna stream for a while. But you know, I wasn't gonna do anything by productive. I would just be sitting around feeling like shit, so I thought might as well stream a little bit, and it's, you know, it's gonna be fun, and maybe I'll cheer up a bit. Well, am I sad personal life? Just yeah, shit happening in real life. Very disappointing stuff happened, sadly. DLC I 12. At any rate, you won't finish the DLC before the game will I think we'll finish it soon enough. We're kind of running out of areas. It's not like we're, you know, doing all the side stuff, though we should. But as I said, after this, after like we finish this playthrough, I would like to move on to 1.0. I like the game in 1.0 has some really interesting stuff. Like I speedrun through the game to get to Malikat to check something in the 1.0 version, and I just doing that, I run into some really interesting stuff. Some very cool stuff. So it might be worth doing a full like lore playthrough of 1.0. I feel like there is not enough stuff around that out there. If you're not feeling well, I'll take over the stream, no problem, but you charge money because I think highly of myself. Alright, just email me your rates, puzzle-headed. Yeah, the ancestral followers in the cloister, like some of that stuff is like out there, but like there is some stuff that's not out there. There is a lot of stuff. There is like, obviously we have like the sheets with all the the text for 1.0, which is what a lot of people who do lore rely on. But there is a lot of stuff that you can't get through the sheets, you know, through the dialogue sheets. Like it's and even then, like the big stuff that people talked about, like the cloister and stuff like that, there is a lot more subtle stuff that people who are not like those people who made those videos are not that much into the lore, right? Like they are not like degenerates like us. Like the stuff we can get out of it for us degenerates is like way more. There is way more interesting details. There is also like item placements. There is some you know how like From Software does their storytelling with item placements? You know, like there is some really like degeneracy. There is some really interesting items placements going on. And another thing that's you're not gonna get through either videos or like text and stuff like that, besides items, is effects. Like they change so many visual effects of the games. And then some of the interesting stuff they changed are related to colors, like the colors of specific things, which is fairly relevant when you're trying to like look at it from a lore perspective. I did all of that just to check on Maliketh's black flames, because apparently they are purple in 1.0. And it's kind of true. Like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but they do get purple in a certain situation. It's not like, oh, kind of purple-ish looking. Like, no, they are purple. It's not something, you know. Is that the version that had the Crucible Knights in the Divine Tower when they defeated them? Is because no. That's not that. That's completely dead. There's just a. I don't even know if it was a version. I think if you just look at the map studio for the Divine Towers, you can find like at the top, like I think dummied out Crucible Knights, so they don't spawn anymore. But I'm not sure like if it was as actually like in a proper version of the game or something. There's a lot of inconsistency in 1.0, yeah. There is a lot of missing item descriptions, a lot of missing items, stuff was moved around. But it's definitely interesting to look, and the amount of differences there are in terms of like the effects of like spells, like everything that is related to effect, there is so much differences. And I can tell you right now, gravity magic was robbed. It was insanely robbed. It looked way cooler in 1.0. It had way more of like a darkness effect going on for it, with like purple like fog smoke thing effect when you cast the spells. I found a new channel, Elden Ring Bob the Hollow. I like his takes on Melina, though. I like most theories. There isn't really proof as much as patterns. Okay. Like, what was his take about Melina? Alright. So yeah, I think we can get some really interesting stuff out of a 1.0 lore through at some point, whenever that's gonna happen. The idea is she is the Glowmite Queen. Ah! Stop! Again! Everyone says that! I have been trying to platinum Bloodborne. Over the last 2 weeks, I kinda forgot most of the lore. We have to do a lore through of Bloodborne at some point, too. Listen, we have infinite amounts of content. At the pace we go, like at the pace I'm doing things, like this stream, like has infinite amounts of content. We have to do 1.0. Then there will be like Elden Ring DLC stuff. Then we can do Elden Ring, we can do PvP. You know, and all of that is like 500 hours each. So why do so many people think that? Well, I guess she has a gloam eye. I guess that's the giveaway. Bloodborne is too nutty in terms of lore. But it's also so tight. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but has someone been speaking on YouTube? Have I? Can someone on YouTube say hi? Is there just no one? I think there's just no one. Let's see. I will say hi. Alright. There. Okay, it shows up. It works. You have to do a dex playthrough. Fuck, I missed some messages. Vanjo, hello. God damn it. I'm gonna lose the messages. Fuck. Slow down. These. Okay, son of these. Alright, okay. It's working. It's working. That's cool. Let me see. A dex playthrough in Bloodborne is amazing. You get the... What are they called? Blades of Mercy, the daggers. I think there is also a way to get like the German sight early from like a hacked Chalice dungeon. There is no indication that Melina was ever a queen. She has an interaction with Malekith. Emo. Okay. Has anyone considered that the Glowmite King doesn't need to be someone already in the game? That's a strong possibility, actually. Infinite. I know you want to say there is no proof, but a lot of things Elden Ring or Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls are more pattern. They seem to like means in thousands ways somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it's not really like, oh my god, there is no proof or something like that. It's more about like, it's such a rampant theory that you would think it would have more of a like strong basis to it. I mean, but other than that, you know. Go kill Millennia first so I can LARP as Bloodborne Hunter. Why is you LARPing as a Bloodborne Hunter relying on me killing Millennia again? I was watching on YouTube, couldn't see the chat, so I jumped over here. Oh, okay. Alright, am I caught up? I think so. He played us, he just wanted to boost his YouTube stream. Ah ha ha ha. I've become too popular, cause... How many people are there in here? 7? 7 people? I can't keep up with 7 people chatting. Damn. Oh, you will kill Millennia in your Dex playthrough. Okay. Okay. 9 people? Damn. That's crazy. It was interesting to hear that the modern period of Elden Ring was brought to George R. R. Martin and they asked him to work backward to create 5,000 years of history that led to the post-Shattering world. I saw that like interview, or rather like that bit where George R. R. Martin talks about that. I'm not sure that's what they mean. It's really unclear if like the Shattering was 5,000 years ago, if like the whole history of the lands between is 5,000 years ago. Very unclear. We could, I guess we could check it out for people who haven't. Where's the new one? There we go. Oh god. Do you think any of these endings are going to be canonized? Well, I hope they do that, because otherwise it's gonna be... Like, if there is an Elden Ring 2, they would have to canonize one of them, otherwise it's gonna be like Dark Souls, where it's like, well, both endings are actually canon, because it's a cycle anyways, woo! Alright, can I, do this? This. There we go. You guys can see this, right? Ah, my ears!
But it's still not done yet, but I have...
How much are we talking? How far are you at?
Well, in, let's say, the present of their game universe. Picture, if not longer. They'd
Ask you about Elden
Okay, it starts here.
Ring. Okay, it's
Oh,
a very,
okay.
very, very popular video game. What did you actually do to create that cosmology?
Well, it was.
Can you guys, is the volume fine on the video? Can you guys hear it well? All right.
So, it was actually a number of years ago now. It, you know, video games, which I didn't know, actually take as long to make as like a major motion picture, if not longer. They had intensive development. But basically, the people from Software, the makers of Elden Ring, contacted me a number of years ago, and they wanted to do this video game, and they wanted a world built. They wanted the world building, which I'm, you know, been doing for quite a while, and I like doing it. But they made it clear that Elden Ring was going to take place in, let's say, the present of their game universe. But what they wanted me to write was what happened like 5,000 years before that, that totally screwed up the world so that the present was really messed up. So I went back and wrote, you know, a history of what happened 5,000 years before the current game, and who all the characters were, and who was killing each other, and what powers they had. You know, they had these runes that were the center of the game, and the rune got split into many pieces and runes, and that's what screwed up the world. So I laid all that out.
Have you played it?
I have not played it because.
And I was like, oh, they had these runes or something. It's kind of, they were like sparkly, I think. You know, when Wind of Winter's a window. Okay, here's your answer.
People seem to want this Winds of Winter book, and I have unfortunately a totally addictive personality. I did play video game a long time ago. I played games like Railroad Tycoon and Master of Orion and Homeworld, and I would get
only 10 years
into it, and weeks, months would go by, and I'd be sitting there in my red flannel bathrobe just playing one more game, and I can't. I got to go cold turkey on this. This is going to kill me here. But it was fun, and the Japanese team who put together the game, it's the most beautiful game I've ever seen. It's really amazing and amazingly detailed, and the people who play it love it, and I'm very gratified to have been a part of it.
Do you still read fantasy and science fiction yourself?
Oh, we don't care. To me, it sounds like the Shatterin was 5,000 years ago, which is interesting because From Software doesn't work with actual time, just works with like an age ago. But you know, for like a boomer George R.R. Martin, they probably like went up to him and were like, you know, we want you to make something from 5,000 years ago or something. More proof that that George R. R. Martin is actually puzzle-headed, yeah. So yeah, that was a cool tidbit. I do wonder how much of the story I couldn't like feel out enough vibes from that interview to like get a grasp of how much of a, like, how familiar he is with the characters and stuff like that. The fucking lot's gonna happen in 5,000 years. When you think about it, 5,000 years is like, is most of our like history as human beings, as like it's most of the history of civilized human beings. Confirmed that Elden Ring was a sequel to Dark Souls. I mean, he said sequel, but I don't know if he confirmed it. It could be like, could take it as in like it's a spiritual successor to Dark Souls and he just said sequel. based on the 5,000 years is a whole history similar to our human history. Maybe. I mean, there is like an element of prehistory to like Elden Ring too, and like the whole story like goes way back to like create stuff, and like meteor landed on the land between and created life, so it might be way older than that. Like you have characters that are named after like geological periods, like Ordovis, etc. So it wouldn't be surprising if the like full timeline is like in the millions of years scale, so. I honestly think the lens between demonstrates what the multiverse of the Soulsborne worlds is like, a war with itself. All games are connected theories, yeah. Calling George R. R. Martin a boomer is funny because he literally is. He also isn't a conventional boomer, he's like a psi-graded boomer. Okay. We're gonna rate George R. R. Martin's boomerness. Damn, that's crazy, George R. R. Martin. Can you tell us more about the Sun Realm? That's why. What was the letter that Aiken received that led him to make peace? Is the Elden Beast crashing and granting intelligence to the Beast Man? Probably. Probably something like that. People go way back to the stuff, to the like one great. Talking about the one great, I think we've stalled enough. I think it's time to go to Lanedale. His Bitcoin wallet and pictures with just 10 last purchase from Dark Souls web. Damn. Also, is there like Schrodinger cats, but don't support entity? Yeah, multiverse stuff, right? Time to commit a war crime. Did you visit Dominion? Yes, we did. Like 7 years ago. Don't you guys remember? Like we went here and we saw like the dancing ladies, and we talked about like arterial leaves on the windmills. How do you make 0 progress in the last 4 streams? Listen, dude. Don't judge us like that. Yes, Torture. I know it was 5 years ago, but come on. Why does it say sad? Because I'm sad. We didn't do... Like, Rani is done. I'm just not advancing it. I need to grab the blade from Nokron. And I have, like, the bonfire next to the Lake of Rot. Why? Because shit happens, I guess. Arteria lives on windmills? That's genius! Who came up with that? I know. Crazy stuff. So what do we do, guys? Do we Lanedale? Is it Lanedale in time? Man, I heckin' love it when Morgoth said it's Leyndell time and Leyndelled all over the Tarnished. It's crazy. Tyrion leaves are maidenless. Oh, is this what the houses are blocked with? Yeah, the Leyndellin, the Morgoth's goo. Oh, Bok is here. Okay, that's good. What's gonna happen though? Like, didn't Melina leave me? Like, is she gonna come back?
Good to see you, Master. Do you remember me? Bok, the demi-human. You
More
helped me
goo.
before and retrieved my sewing needle. Please, Master, allow me to serve you as your seamster. I can't make nothing from scratch, but I'm happy to make adjustments to your garments. Master, did you see it? The Erd tree. I don't really have the words for this, but I was so dazzled. I felt something stir in my breast. The Erd tree is
Yeah, what a
waiting
lane
for
there
you,
over
Master.
Cosmos. Oh
I
no.
know it, I do. I feel it in my bones. Master, I was wondering, do you ever make adjustments to your garb yourself? I would, well, rather you let me do the job when
He
possible, please.
canonically comes as he sees the Earth tree.
Return, you know, and, well,
YouTube
I
chat,
am
the
your
horny
personal
edition.
seamster after all.
I'm sorry. I didn't imagine it, thankfully. I blocked it, like it was like a very cool, edgy martial arts block I did in my head. Mental block. We have so many armors.
Oh, going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
Twitch chat too, yeah.
Bok the seamster, ready to make adjustments to.
Also, did Buck call you Suin Game Week? Nah, more like he's very insecure about it. Oh shit.
My utmost thanks.
No, don't
For
leave!
bringing me to the base of the Erd tree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given.
How is she gonna give me the Bok
I shall
line?
move Torrent, and the power to turn runes into strength. Here,
You know,
I
that's
wish you luck.
that
in
TikTok guy.
realizing your ambition. You have fought long.
When I think about her and he starts screaming in the car.
You will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
I loved her. Ah! Did you know Gideon is a creep? Are you talking about the theory that that he can like see through the scarabs and stuff like that? It's Gideon. Well, so like who's gonna the scarab vision? Yeah, how is she gonna give me the line about Bok now? I need that line, it's important.
Bok the seamster, at your service, Master. Ready to make adjustments to your garb. Oh,
He's still too happy. Next playthrough will get the line. There is no way we missed it, right? Like, we can still get it. Bog the Coomster. This is not okay. What is it? Meanwhile, DLC II is like actually lowering. What is this about? Lindelos allowed her to move freely now. Where does she go? The Earth Tree to speak with Marika? I think she goes to the Earth Tree to speak with Marika or check on her or something like that, yeah. I mean, she was born inside the Earth Tree, so... I mean, a video about him and Dolrani, a secret line of dialogue. Wait! No! Are you serious, Sortier? I'm not sure if you're serious. Abyssal Forge. I hope we get more ancient dragon lore. The fact that they could take on human shapes is awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome in terms of like fan art, yeah. But Sortier, I'm just, are you do you? There is no way. Sortier, are you genuinely like saying that it's a like an actual line in the game? Did ask Vike, he will agree. Yeah, Vike thinks that's pretty cool too. Maybe, okay, I don't know, man. It's possible the video is a fabrication. Evil Cosmos speedruns Elden Ring, actually. Yeah, I do speedrun Elden Ring off stream. He didn't put her in a jar. The blue Connie got getting action and wise. It's canon. It's not canon. It's not. It's not real. The video isn't real. It's only in the 1.0 release. It's a hidden dialogue. It's like it's really hard to get. You have to kill Millennia no hit at level 1. Rani has Mikkela's bewitched power. Gideon didn't do anything wrong. He fully would say that shit. Okay. You guys have no respect for Gideon, jeez. You need to have a single ritual pot. God damn it. You need a ritual pot, so that's the ritual.
The seamster, ready to make a... Oh.
He's not sad yet. How do I get him sad? Ew! I had AIDS. I didn't realize.
Ready to make...
Fuck! It worked!
Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very much.
No, what if Melina doesn't say anything about him now?
I was beautiful. And now, my kind master, let me hear her voice. Oh, please, if I may dream just once. Do you feel the same way my mum did, Master? Do you think I'm beautiful despite these looks?
Say no. Not at all. Lick my balls, Bog. Fuck, man. Am I not gonna get the Melina line now? So I love how my guy is like looking down, like hunched over, kind of weird. What happens if you say no? And what happens if you say yes? Can you change your mind later? Can you say like not at all? Then I can get like Marina's dialogue where she's like, please be nice to him. And then after that I can be like, yes, you look cool. Try it, say not at all. Fuck, you guys don't even know. You just want me to say he's ugly. Worst that happens is he dies. I mean, I guess so. Risk it for the Bocolate Chisket? What's a Bocolate Chisket? I honestly think you already missed the line. No! We can still get her back! I loved her! Ah! Listen, we can get her back, okay? Bocolate Chisket, okay. We can get her back. We can get her back. Alright. Okay, there is nothing to gain from him not killing himself, right? Like, I'm not missing anything. He doesn't just die anyways. Like, he asks you to go see Renala. The first time cos viewers wondering what the fuck is going on. Not missing anything by him not killing himself. I'm saying from a gameplay perspective, right? Like, we're not missing any lore. Like, if anything, like, nothing happens when he's happy. What I'm trying to say is that there is nothing to gain from him being happy, right? Like, he just hangs out. He gets ashed? Wait, what? Cosmos profiteering off of Bog's sadness. Listen, man. It is what it is, okay? Listen, I'm gonna say no. I don't think he's going anywhere. I can tell him later that he's actually pretty. It's okay.
No. Why on earth would you? It was silly of me to ask. Please, forget that I did. I beg. Don't renounce me from my appearance.
I'm sorry, man.
Someday I'll look every bit the servant.
The voice was mine. Drive him to schizophrenia? Dude, this is not... This isn't Volcano Manor. What is... I never knew this was an option. See, guys? We're actually like getting some new lore from this. It's worth it. Tell him you want the Bokusi? Okay.
Oh, master, kind master, I, Bok the seamster, am forever in your service.
What?
Oh, going so soon?
Did I fuck up again?
Please do be safe on your journeys.
No, did I... Was this like going back and telling him he's beautiful?
Bok the scene ready to make a Oh, going so soon? Please don't be safe on your journeys.
Stabs Buck. And ironically, I had my my finger. I had my finger on the trigger. I was gonna ask what does he say if you kill him now? Try killing him and then use Celestial Dew? That's ridiculous. Stop baiting! Celestial Dew doesn't literally resurrect people. I know it says it heals all antagonizations, but it doesn't heal that hard. You guys are sick, you know that? Look what you made me do. Like, I lost her. She's just gonna tell me things. Why is the game so loud though? Holy shit. Why is the game so loud? Cosmos Joker arc. I lost my waifu, man. Ruined my friendship with Box. Yeah. Not try to see if something happens if you learn all the dialogues. Yeah, but you know, sometimes you gotta do things for science, right? Like we gotta learn what happens. Now he's gonna stab Morgoth in the grubber. I love some basic bitch longsword action. Yeah, we have like strafed from the longsword for a bit in the playthrough, like 5 years ago or something, but now we're back. Go get some turtle meat with Jealous. He lost his bratty tomboy as well. Damn. Night out with Dialos. Damn. So Lanedale was completely different in 1.0 when I ran through it. I think there is already some videos about that. It had like the Stormveil Knight, etc. inside, and gargoyles and imps, stuff like that. Are you really playing Elden Ring by yourself? Yeah. Don't jump down. No, I'm with my boys. They don't understand. They just don't know. I think you don't appreciate how nice it can be to have at least one character have a good ending. No, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. This is just not the playthrough for it. This is the lore through. This is not like my actual story playthrough. Lore doesn't care about box feelings. True. I like this room, by the way. Like these perfumer rooms. I mean, it's okay, Sortier, you know? We haven't ruined anything. Like, Bok is still happy. We still told, like, we still got the good ending in the end. If, despite... despite me actively trying to get the bad ending, I still got the good ending with Bok. Guy Jealous is the type of guy to say how he's going to be so hype and go all night, takes one shot and fall asleep 100%. Get stabbed in the back? Why do you think the stone trees in the underground areas have the same stone texture as the golden earth tree? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I think they are indirectly related. Those undergrounds are petrified. And they are white, they are completely drained of color. I think the stone trees underground were part of a, like, division in a way. You know when you find the Elden Beast and you are in that area with all the golden trees? You can imagine that that is what the vision is. That scene is the vision. And the stone trees that you find underground, I think, are the, like, ancient dynasty, aka the Numen, trying to realize that vision when they were serving the Elden Ring. And I think those are the, what you would, like, find in item description referred to as the great trees. Ow. Go to Mog's Palace to show us the reliefs. Sure, you guys want to see the reliefs? Okay, FPS? Hello? Okay. This music is very chill. Just what I need when I'm sad. I love a board game like Monopoly or adventure boards using all aspects of the lore. They do make like Souls game board games, and I think there will be one for Elden Ring. I think they tweeted some times ago like a teaser for the like minifigures they're gonna have with the board game. They looked really good. Pass, go pay 200. Must be pricey. I have no idea how much they cost. They did ones for every Souls game. This shit hurts. Oh shit, I should talk. I'm not lore through it, I'm just playing the game right now. I'm sorry, guys. It's this, like, this whole Bokusi thing going on, alright? It distracted me. There is like a lot of things we can talk about in Lanedale, and I'm not talking about anything. Are you gonna do the Dung Eater quest line? Yeah, we're gonna do it. There is one try to raise funds. Okay, so they're crowdfunding it. The carpet pattern, this one. Oh, yeah, it's really interesting how they depict science, especially in Elden Ring, I found. Like with the fundamentalists. Like the perfumers are basically alchemists, and they inherited like the alchemical tradition, which I'm pretty sure they got from the Eternal City. You know what's funny? When you look at the perfumers, like the real alchemists were the Eternal Cities, right? The Nox. But which it makes sense considering Marika is the one who founded the Golden Order for her own purposes. And this is why I tell you guys, like, the whole like the Golden Order itself, if you look at it from like the perspective of Marika, is literally like rebelling against the Greater Will. and carries like the will of the Nox, and it's the reason why she does everything she does. It makes sense that she would bring with her like the alchemical tradition when making her like a new dynasty above ground. And that tradition like is what the perfumer are. It's basically just alchemy. But yeah, they do look hella Nox. Like even like in their dressing style, they are heavily inspired by the Nox, which is really interesting. And then you have like the fundamentalists, which are like mathematicians and physicists basically. And they are literally what the fuck am I doing? And they're literally like studying the like how the world works, but they are like, you fucking dogs. God damn it. The sun pattern, it kind of does look like a sun pattern. Godmask is a mega nerd, yeah. Let's go back to the room. There is a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I jumped around like an idiot, so... Okay. I think I might as well grab this shortcut here. He's just vibing, yeah. He's chilling. Man, all these, what the fuck is what the fuck are those called in English? We have no idea what the sun represents in the lands between. You're right, Sortier. And it's specifically for that reason that I am so like being sus about the sun. The sun was the most important like entity in the lore of the Dark Souls games. A fountain. I swear to God, I was like saying it fontaine in my head in like French. And I was like, what's the word in English? And when it's just the pronunciation that's different. So, yeah, the literal sun realm moment. Like, the sun is so, like... FromSoft is making an effort to make you forget about the sun in this game. And then there is a singular item that mentions the sun beside the eclipse, which is the Sun Realm Shield, and it implies the existence of that kingdom, which was extremely, you know, centered around the sun. And that's really sus to me. So, like, Sun Realm DLC, mark my words, I guess, you know? Do you think Godwin had any influence of the Golden? I always found it interesting that his staff skills with both int and fate, which are meant to be the foundation of fundamentalism. You know, that's an interesting point. I mean, he did have a major influence. He literally like introduced the main religious fate in the capital besides just like bowing to the golden tree, basically, which is the dragon stuff. Sunrealm, I would love a Sunrealm DLC. I feel like... Also, I want to show you this, guys, before I move on. Like, I was talking about how, like, Marika is eternal from the Eternal Cities, and she made, obviously, the Golden Order. Like, even in Lanedale, you can find, like, a lot of architectural signs and sigils that come from the Eternal Cities. Like, for example, this, I guess, relief thing that you find, like, on the railings around Lanedale. This is an Eternal City symbol that you find in Eternal City, like, buildings and stuff. This specific shape. It's actually, like, meant to represent, like, the shape in the chair, like, in the chair crypt, you know, like with the giants. And you have like that as a relief around in the buildings in the Eternal City. Someone ripped Godwin out of history. He seems so important, but he's relegated to like dragons and died. Kind of? I guess the reason is because he was never part of the Shatterin, technically, so... Like, what demigods are famous anyways? Like, there is literally only Radahn and Godwin that are famous. I guess Miquella. Radahn, Godwin, and Miquella. Like, if we, like, Shatterin aside, Miquella because he's doing, like, Miquella stuff and he's, like, the ultimate saint savior boy. Radahn because he defeated the stars. And Godwin because he defeated the ancient dragons. Like, these two are the famous demigods. Firstborn removed from the annals of Risiri. Where have I seen this before? Yeah. How come not a lot of people talk about the Sunny Farm as well? It always has rays unique, always there, and it actually has rays unlike the one in the lands between. You're right, Puzzleheaded. We're gonna look at it when we get there. I'm keeping in mind your like Farm Azula Sun stuff. We just have to get there to like get more into it. Rogue Prince Godwin Arc. Ooh. There is a statue of a man holding a sword who is also found in Nox. Yeah, that statue can be found more. You can find it in Noxella in the mausoleums, the walk-in mausoleums inside, and mostly around Divine Bridges, and like generally like really old places, and like the Black Bridge, like not just Divine Bridges, but like a lot of old bridges in the lands between. But yeah, you can also find it in Noxella and the walk-in mausoleum. He who used to be called Godwin. The bald guy? We don't know. We actually don't know. The one holding the spear representing Godwin. I'm not so sure these days. What? FPS? Okay, I think it's my controller freaking out, and every time it disconnects, my FPS goes to 1. The bald guy, it's really hard to say, honestly. It used to be like the face of like the fire giant faces. The spear, the guy holding a spear is very like... It's such a common depiction, and it's like, it's used like in parallel to stuff like... It's such an important depiction, right? It's like... In parallel to like... It's used like this, like the Earthtree Bishop, for example. Like this guy. Like the Earthtree, what's they called? The Tree Sentinels and stuff like that. He's used the same way as these guys are used. So they're like important figures in the order, but they are not, you know, demigods or anything. God damn it. I had the Crucible Knight so much. I don't understand how they got the scaling of enemies in your character in Elden Ring so bad. Well, Elden Ring is an open world, unlike Bloodborne, so it's trickier to balance things. Like Radagon is also depicted that way, but he doesn't have any buds. Yeah. The talisman? Which one? Not really. I mean, it's a depiction of the Earth Tree, I guess. It's a gold depiction of the Earth Tree. Catch you later. Alright, thank you for hanging out, Rage. Yeah, the shield is like the talisman. It's interesting that Leyndell has this very like Greco-Roman architecture going on, which is extremely similar to the ancient dynasty, by the way. Like even these pillars, like their top, it's actually the same like top of the pillars of the ancient dynasty, like the Numen stuff. Though the Numen stuff is like way less ornate and like more primitive, I guess, more simplistic, but still they have like the same pillar tops. Yeah, they're just copying, they're going back to like the Greek and Roman stuff. Interesting, these windows are gold. There is gold rocks ground all over. Yeah, all of our altars is like seeped in gold, even like the rock themselves. Looks Byzantine. I don't know what Byzantine is, so I believe you. I just trust you there. Oh yeah, guys, you wanna see some crackpot? Some Elden Ring crackpots. Okay, do you see this depiction of a tree? So it looks like a tree and then there is like people on it. Treeborn? No, not that. No tarnished archaeologist stuff going on here. Same here, you have like the tree and like people on it. What really interests me is that thing. That thing at the top. Alright, you see that? The round table, maybe. You're a tree. Whoa. Rude. Alright, let's get this, guys. Remember like how the 1.0 description for like the cat talisman said that Radahn's cat used to like jump all the way from the branches of the Earth Tree, from all the way up at the Earth Tree. Now get this, imagine a DLC where we go to like a golden temple or something, which is at the top of the Earth Tree. And the first boss is gonna be Radahn's cat. Man, it's impossible to see from here, like the top of the Earth Tree, but like there is like more than enough space and structure there to be like where you could put like a whole like mini level. You know? So DLC is the golden temple at the top of the Earth Tree. There you go. It's a very special place. Someone had a theory. Rodan's cat DLC, basically, yeah. Someone had a theory that I don't dislike. So, she's not mine, but get this. You know, like all this like crazy looking gold in the sky above the Earth Tree? So there was this theory, like this idea this guy had, that like the Earth Tree is basically a basin, like a basin. Isn't the Earth Tree illusory though? No, it's very much real. It's very much real and made out of wood. And if you go all the way up, if you fly all the way up there, you can see like the trunk popping out of the gold and like the normal brown trunk popping out. So the idea was that the Earth Tree itself is like a basin, and that basin is collecting gold from space, like grace. And it's coming directly from space. And you can actually, like, it looks even more like it when you look at the Earth Tree from like the opening cinematic. And the idea is that even in real life, you know how Elden Ring has this weird mix of like science when it comes to like meteorite and gold and stuff like that and metals? So in real life, none of the gold on Earth actually comes from like Earth. It all comes from space. Like 100% of the gold comes from space. God damn it. I can't hit him. Okay. So 100% of the gold comes from space. So the idea is maybe like all the initial gold came from like the golden star, right? Like the one that had like the Elden Ring and stuff. But what if the Earth Tree itself is like a basin that's collecting grace? Just like how the basins on the ground are actually collecting like the blessings of the Earth Tree, and then it's redistributing it. Like, you know, like slowly redistributing it on the land. But the Earth Tree itself is kind of like a basin collecting grace from space. And so what happened is when the Elden Ring was shattered, like the Earth Tree stopped like the Earth Tree stopped gracing the land. Like grace used to come constantly from the Earth Tree, and after it was shattered, it stopped. Like after the Elden Ring was shattered, that stopped. I'm not sure if that description is still in the game or if it was in the network test. All the meteors are golden, yeah. And so the idea is that by shattering the Elden Ring, the Earth Tree itself was shattered, and the reason why grace doesn't rain from the Earth Tree anymore, it's because the basin that's used to like collect grace from space is broken. You know? And so this depiction, you have like this thing here at the top of the Earth Tree is like the ultimate space grace gold basin that collects stuff. That someone is like, you know, that's someone's crazy idea, right? I thought it was kind of interesting, to be honest. The Earth Tree stopped giving like much. I mean, it still gives some sap, but it doesn't give like as much sap anymore. That's what happened. Like the Age of Abundance like ended when the Earth Tree like stopped giving sap. But when I'm talking about blessing specifically, I mean like literal grace, like literal gold. You know? And you have to understand that gold in Elden Ring, like grace is gold. And gold is literally permeating the air. Like it's almost like a particle. That permeates everything. And it's so concentrated around like the like the Altus Plateau, that even the bedrock and the plants and everything is golden. Like it seeps into things. Grace that dwells within the inhabitants of the lands between, the lingering trace of gold. Let's see. Even now, runes are still imbued with the power of life itself. Do you see the Erdtree towering over? Hello, Lamara. How are you doing? Those born at the foot of the Erdtree are blessed, at least. That is the enduring belief of the people of the plateau. Like, the people living close to the Erdtree are literally like being imbued by like gold and grace, to the point where it's seeping into everything and making like everything gold, including the plants. Like even the bones of the people in the plateau turned gold. You're okay? How are you guys? I'm okay. Why do people need to be absorbed by the great tree roots? I'm not sure. It could be many different things. It could be like a system to return, like maybe like gold, like grace is finite. So it's a system to return the grace to the Erdtree. Or maybe it has something with the Erdtree feeding on the, like literally feeding on dead people and blood and the souls to grow. Like that's what it actually uses as nourishment. So yeah. Ines. Hello, how are you doing? I miss you. We should meet. Sure, at some point we can organize something. It's been a long while, yeah. So happy to hear you. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay. Are you and Gwenny taking care of yourselves? Yeah. We're trying. We're getting over the COVID too. Maybe gold is radioactive. Don't, because we'll see it. Yeah, just say it. Don't worry about it. You know this song? What is it? T'attendais pas à ce que je débarque sur ce live? Non. Faudra me dire comment t'as eu le lien aussi. Oh, the Velvet Room. I have to play Persona at some point. Alright, the reason the few stopped was because Godwin was buried at the roots and became the imitation of that process. Okay. Do you think the Valiant Gargoyles, them being made of corpse wax, are a recent development to use the body of heroes rather than being returned to the Erdtree to become spooky skeletons? I think it's probably like the Valiant Gargoyles are probably very ancient. Like extremely ancient. I don't think they are recent developments. Gargoyles are an imitation of the death birds. Really? Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Maybe, yeah. I can see the similarities, yeah. The deathbirds have actual bodies inside of them, that's true. Oh yeah, something I should show you guys. In this building in particular, you can find this. It's the gear of the banished knights, but it's gold. It's not silver. Which is very interesting. They are banished from somewhere. Yeah. This does help trace them a bit. And the fact that it's gold and not silver is also interesting. Maybe it used to be gold at some point. Left with Godfrey. Their gear is everywhere practically. Not that much, but yeah. That's true. The more I see it, the more I'm like, the perfumers are like, they look insanely like the Nox. Like even their skin. Like even their skin is like a dark purple. They're very Noxian. I think the Stormveil Knights who used to be serving the true Storm Lord had a choice. Marika said something. The choice is dying. Oh, you mean the Grand Lift of Dekches? You think she was talking to them? Maybe they're just cosplayers. Or maybe it's the products they work with that give them that hue. That's possible. A policy. Pages are extremely tanky, yeah. Perfumers are treating the denizens of Lanedale. Well, yeah, they were kind of like doctors-ish. Healers, I guess. I wish I could play the little flute, not a euphemism. Yeah. Damn, it just broke that. Leyndell is like Lauren. Sebasmino, hello. Do I love the Golden Order? I don't think so. I wouldn't say I love the Golden Order. Do you love the Golden Order? Do you guys love the Golden Order? Ow. Can't parry that. Too late. I heckin' love the Golden Order. Whoa, Radagon would not approve, basically. Angry Radagon. I think pages are actually women. I mean, are they gendered at all? I don't think the pages are gendered. Look at all these Mikula lilies. They are meant to be androgynous. I don't think there is anything significantly gendered about the pages at all. Like, not even like... I mean, androgynous in the sense that they are like, you know, unisex, I guess, but not as in like they have like male and female stuff going on. Is there? Am I blind? I love the Golden Order so much. I have Marika tattooed on my PP. Okay. Yeah, that must be painful. No, sir. They are like the middle-aged Catholic Church. Yikes. I think they're a bit different from that, but yeah. I think the the middle-aged Catholic Church would be way less open to like integrating like stuff of different like religions, beliefs, and cultures into their practices. Oh, it's left unknown? Yeah, I agree. It's not really... Ah! Anything for Mommy Rika? Okay. Radagon definitely has tattoos. What do you think Radagon has tattooed, and where are they? Where is Radagon tattooed? You would be surprised at what they absorb, really? Well, I'm not really like versed in like that kind of history whatsoever, so maybe I just have the wrong impression. Do you think Radagon and Marika Black Salamid? Like, how did it happen? I don't know what Black Salamid mean, and I'm worried about that. He has one after Godfrey Shade boss fight. Huh? Oh god, that's a knight. Arteria leaf. I actually baited again. That was your field study? Undergrad in religion? Holy shit, that's okay, that's interesting. Ow. Asshole. Stop hiding behind 70 other soldiers. Are you serious? I misclicked. Arteria leaf. Hearts. Ah, you were talking about his PP tattoo? Okay. Christmas. Oh yeah, Christmas was like some sort of tradition. Did they rebrand it to be the birth of Christ? Actual smart person in chat. Yeah, we got one. We got one guy. Jesus was born in the spring. Christmas was created to absorb the pagan worship of winter solstice and trees and such. Easter is another great example. Ah. Interesting. Actually makes a lot of sense. Just spam. If I spam parry, I'm eventually gonna get it, so that's cool. You guys are 20. I can't see shit. I'll start lurking. Alright, see you later then. It's not gonna be a long stream, by the way, guys. I wasn't gonna stream today at all. But I decided to, you know, put in at least like 2 hours in. That process really began with Constantine, declared Christianity the religions of the Roman Empire, to use it as a political tool to prop up the dying empire. Ah. Is that when it became the Holy Roman Empire? Did they just do a rebranding? Was it just a marketing move? Can't believe it. No, that was a bit later. Okay. Alright, alright. Ah, agreed. Cut down the tree. The Lord Rune, okay. Let's read it. Grace that dwell within the inhabitants of the lands between. Rune of one who was destined to become a lord. But when the Elden Ring was shattered, all that remained was a distant duty. That's really interesting that there was candidates for becoming lords. I guess there were candidates for becoming the new gods with the Empyreans, but what's interesting is that they had lord candidates. It might be referencing Godwyn? I don't think so. This is in relationship to the shattering. The Hero's Rune. Yeah, the Hero's Rune is interesting because what would happen is that basically the strong... Okay, this is a Morgoth thing. So basically, people couldn't die. Hello Monas, how are you doing? So after the Rune of Death was sealed, people wouldn't die anymore. Okay, everyone was immortal. It wasn't just the demigods. People could still be killed, quote unquote, as in... You could still destroy their body, you know, and like free their soul from it. But they wouldn't be able to die of old age or naturally, for example. They would just keep on living and forever. So what happened is that in order for, you know, people to die and not everyone living forever, there was a system in place where the Earth Tree would quote unquote call people, right? The Earth Tree would quote unquote call people to die. So they would call them to the roots to be absorbed. And that's how people technically died. But then you have the strong boys. That's for like everyone. That's for the commoners basically, like everyone, the nobles, the commoners. But then you have like things like the champions and heroes. And those guys were strong. So for those guys, what would happen, they would be granted the quote-unquote honor of Earth Tree burial, where it would be an honor given to them where they would die at the roots, right? Or what would happen is they would just randomly die. Just suddenly. Which is what the Hero's Rune talk about. There were heroes who walked the battlefields abundantly blessed by the Earth Tree itself, who upon earning their honor simply died. So what would happen is they would like suddenly and randomly die. And I'm pretty sure what's that referencing to is to Morgoth and the Knights Cavalry. So the Fell Omen, like Morgoth and the Knights Cavalry's job... Talk about rebranding, yeah. Their job was to literally kill heroes and champions. Do I have any Knight Cavalry stuff in this character? No. Let's see. No, it probably says it in their armors, which you only get at the consecrated snowfield. So basically their job was to basically like go around the lands between and kill these champions and heroes. Kill them to return them to the Earth Tree was basically the idea. So even as a hero of the Earth Tree that was abundantly blessed and the accomplished many things, you would just randomly get killed by a group of like assassins and an omen, so they can return you to the Earth Tree, which makes me think, when we go back to the point we were talking about earlier, why were they like absorbed by the roots? It might have been simply a system of like returning the grace to the Earth Tree, right? And so the stronger like one is blessed by the Earth Tree, you know, like eventually that's all that blessing, all that grace had to be returned one way or another. And in the end, the only people who were quote unquote immortal in the lands between, or who were not like susceptible to that whole thing, were the demigods. And this is why like millennia talk about this world is in dire need of repair and death indiscriminate. Because in the Golden Order, death was discriminate. Technically, no one could die and everyone could live forever. But in practice, everyone besides the demigod was eventually like returned to the roots of the Earth Tree. Desperate attempt. I don't think it was a desperate attempt. I think it was a fundamental part of the system. Eddard Stark would probably say it's not an honor. Yeah. Since they have been doing it from like the very beginning. Oh.
It's a good enough day to love.
Bruh. Okay, calm down. Calm me down. Alright. Alright, I'm starting to, like, my voice is going back to hurting. I'm still recovering from COVID, so I can't, like, talk too much. This was a very short stream. But it's okay. I wasn't gonna stream anyways at all today, but, you know. I just wanted to put in, like, 2 hours or something. Better than not do it edited. Do you think the area between the city and the outer walls will be filled in? What do you mean by filled in? Like, there will be content added there? Not at all. Not at all. Feel better, do not be sad. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It was fun. I do feel better after streaming. And hopefully, maybe there is a small chance that we're gonna do the Phasmophobia Halloween stream this Sunday. I'm not sure, but there is a good chance. We'll see. If we do it, I hope I see you guys there. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. See you, bye, everyone. Sortier, everyone on YouTube, like the 5 people there. So yeah. Have a good weekend. Have a great Friday afternoon. Bye-bye.